So, one of the most important things you need is our wax refresher block, and this is made from the perfect mix of plant-based waxes, jojoba oil and pine resin. You need a hot iron, okay, and this is on its hottest setting. Be careful with that. You're going to need to get a square of baking parchment that is about 5 centimeters bigger all the way around than the wrap that you're going to refresh, and you need 2 of those. One's going to go underneath it, and then one will be going on top of it like so. Underneath the greaseproof paper, it's a good idea to have a tea towel, and that's there to protect your ironing board cover as well. And finally, what you're going to need is a grater, something like this, a little handheld grater, super simple to use. I wouldn't necessarily use your own grater, the one that you use to grate stuff at home. You might want to go out and get a cheap alternative, second-hand one perhaps, but something very similar to that. Now, because the wax refresher block has got some pine resin and jojoba oil in, it's quite sticky. So you'll find that when you're grating it, what you'll need to do occasionally is flip the grater over and just scrape the wax off onto the wrap, okay? And you'll also find that your wrap doesn't need to have the whole entire surface refreshed. You'll find that certain areas need a little bit more than others, okay? So just go around. I'm going to put a little bit more over here. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get it all nice and positioned up, and I'm going to take my second piece of greaseproof paper. I'm going to lay that on top, and this is the bit where we use the heat, so do be really careful with this bit. Now the melting point of this wax is about 75 to 80 degrees centigrade, so you need to be really careful that you don't hold the iron in one place for too long, otherwise the risk is that you might burn the wax and the fabric. So what you want to do is apply a nice even pressure, and you'll notice when the wax starts to melt, the iron doesn't have little bumps, and the wax will actually start to spread really evenly over the whole wrap. Now it is important that you don't have your iron on its steam function. Okay, you don't need any steam in there at all, you just need some nice dry heat. And what I'm doing is I'm just making sure that I'm spreading the iron, moving the iron over the entire wrap itself. And you can see, when you're doing this, you can see the wax actually spreading. You can see it becoming saturated again, like so. Just make sure it's nice and spread all over it, and you can actually see some of the wax coming away from the wrap itself, and that's why it's important to have the greaseproof paper extending a little bit further than the wrap itself. Okay? Put the iron to one side, and what you want to do is grab the corners and waft it until it's nice and cool. And there you have a nice pasteurised wrap ready to go next time. So what we like to do is we like to make sure that we don't throw anything away unnecessarily. So we're going to keep these greaseproof paper squares for next time. Put them in a drawer. We're also going to put our wax refresher block back into the box that it came from. Okay. We're also going to need to clean the grater, and the best way of doing that is to just run it under some boiling water, and that will clean all of that wax off. It will melt it away, and it'll be good to go next time.